what's up you guys? I'm Channel Pup and welcome to another News Jam. Today we're going to be talking about Sega and copyright. So, recently there was a new Sonic fan game making the waves on the internet called Sonic Omens. A very impressive fan game, it must be said. Really well made, good level design, incredible presentation, the cutscenes were fantastic. It's just across the board, it was a great Sonic game and it felt like a true official Sonic package. But there were concerns among the Sonic fan community of allegations that Ouroboros Studios, the makers of this fan game, were exploiting Sega's IP for personal profit due to the nature of their Patreon page, accepting stretch goals for, certain amounts of money to include certain things in this fan game. Now, that's quite a grey area there. It very much looked at one stage as though their Patreon was very much geared up towards Sonic Omens. It's now much more geared up towards their original projects as Ouroboros Studios. And that's a step in the right direction. That's definitely what they should have done in the first place, is treat it more as a companion patron for their studios and as creators, rather than being a patron dedicated to Sonic Omens, because that would fall under making profit out of Sega's IP. The concern, though, it's not that everyone's suddenly become shills for Sega and they want to act as Sega's lawyers and they want to see justice done for this multi-billion-dollar company. No, that's not what this is. What people are worried about is that Sega as a company have been very lax in regards to use of their IP for fan projects. So, Sega have basically given fans the green light to make their own fan-made Sonic games, as well as fan artwork and other such things. And they've encouraged this. There have been instances where they've acknowledged fan creations, where they've joked about DMCA takedowns. They've very much been that polar opposite to Nintendo in terms of how they operate in regard to copyright. So basically, what people are worried about is that if this gets Sega's attention and they see that people are able to make profit out of their IPs through fan games, that they might knock it on the head. They might just axe fan games and fan works altogether and go the Nintendo route of basically taking down any piece of fan-made content with DMCA takedowns and cease and desists. So basically, that's been the big concern regarding Sonic Omens, is that they could screw the pooch for everybody. And I'm gonna say this, it is a grey area. I'm not a lawyer, I don't know the law, but it does say on Patreon that people are not allowed to use other IPs outside of their own IPs on Patreon to gain money. So no Patreon content behind paywalls that pertains to other IPs. And Sonic Omens, they did have demos locked and reserved only for patrons, so that would come as a violation of patrons' terms of service. So there is a lot of sussy stuff going on there. However, Sega have addressed this. It has been brought to their attention that, there is this fear in the Sonic fan community that they could be nixing fan games. And Sega have made an official statement, and that statement says that they are happy to let anybody use their Blue Boy to hone their skills, be it as devs or be it as artists, provided there is no profit involved. Now, if there are violations of this, they will act on a case-by-case basis, and that they wouldn't nix or stifle the fan content community altogether. Now, I think this should put everybody's minds at ease regarding Sonic fan games, because Sonic fan games are awesome. I love Sonic fan games. Some of the best Sonic experiences you'll get come from fan games, and I try to give them the spotlight every once in a while. I've got new videos coming up on Dream's Sonic fan games, so that's going to be one coming out soon, so do stay tuned. But basically, we got nothing to worry about in regards to Sega nixing fan games altogether. You can still make Sonic fan games provided there's no profit involved. For legal reasons, they have said that even without profit, there could still be exceptions to that. And I'm guessing that is if a fan game is potentially doing damage to the brand. Maybe, maybe someone makes a fan game of like Sonic the Communist or something, and Sega steps in and says, hey, no, you're kind of making us look a little weird here, Or maybe if a fan game used that Sega logo and tried to say, yes, this is made by Sega, but there's no profit involved. I think that could come under that as well. So, yeah, it is true. There is a difference between a fan game that's not making profit, or a fan game that's maybe authorized. For example, Sonic Mania came about because Sega recognized fan talent. And, you know, like, we wouldn't have Sonic Mania if they mixed the fan game community altogether. Same goes for such brilliant games as Sonic Roboblast 2 and stuff like that. So, like, I understand this was a valid concern, and it was also a valid concern expressed by a YouTuber called Splash Dash, that what if Sonic fan creators see, you know, Sonic Omens and see that they're able to make money out of this project, and then everybody decides to give it a go. Highly unlikely, but it is a potential worry. I'm also uncertain though about like fan-funded fan games. So like, for example, if they started like a Kickstarter fund to make a game, and every single donation that went into the Kickstarter went into making the game, none of it went into their pockets, what would the rules regarding that be? Because I'm a Spider-Man fan, as a lot of you know. Every other Spider-Man fan film these days is a Kickstarter project. So I'm really curious to know if any of you out there do know your legal stuff a lot more than I do, or a lot better than your average Joe. What is the policy regarding that? Is that a done thing? Because there's a lot of big Spider-Man projects picking up traction and everything like that through Kickstarter. So, interested to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, Sonic fans, rest easy. You can still have fan games, you can still play fan games, you can still make fan games, provided that they abide by the law and they do not make profit out of an IP that isn't theirs. So, it's important that, you know, we all relax now, because the Sonic Omens controversy has been something that has been growing to different extents. I've seen a lot of people not really separating the quality of the fan game from the legality of the fan game. And I think it is important that you do separate those things, because it could be potentially discouraging for prospective fan creators to hear, you see this amazing Sonic game that's really well presented, it sucks. It's going to be discouraging, and there's a lot of people that aren't quite so articulate saying this game sucks and it's illegal. It's important to make the distinction. It's important to be nuanced. So that's kind of where I leave it. But what do you guys think? Comment below and discuss. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, and in the description below are links to different social media feeds, such as my Twitter, where you can come and interact with me. Twitter is definitely the one where I'm most interactive, so that's the one to go for if you want to get in touch. And as well as that is a link to the Patreon for if you're feeling extra supportive and extra generous, and you know, if you just want to support my crazy wild fucking ass making these content videos. But yeah, shout out to the patrons in the $10 tier, Sirius the Skeptic and Marcus Ward. Love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Same goes for the rest of you. And of course, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. See you later. Oh, also don't worry, I'm not full-time going to be doing face cam. I could make it onto the list of world's most unexpectedly ugly YouTubers if I did. No, this is just for these news jam videos. They're quick content that I'm just getting out there as quickly as possible, just to talk about a certain subject. But I'll still be going with the animated pupper for a lot of the other stuff. And no, I'm not a furry.